Hello and welcome again to another episode of Nerf News, your number one source for Nerf news on the net. I'm your host, Drac, and today we're talking about the Elite 2.0 Commander. Why are we talking about the Elite 2.0 Commander? Because Hasbro can't seem to keep a handle on its blasters no matter how pedantic and redactive they are. So, the Elite 2.0 Commander is exactly what it seems like. It is an Elite 2.0 version of an Elite 1.0 version, previously known as just Elite. That Elite blaster is, of course, the Strong Arm. This looks like a 6-shot revolver with a top prime slide, but for some reason they decided it needed a stock attachment point, and then they wicked as much plastic as they could from the front here. We've got a weird grill grate aesthetic thing covering the revolver cylinder for no reason other than to apparently make it more complicated for you to get your fingers in there so that you can reload your cylinders. So, in addition to that, we've got a stock attachment point, a handguard, and a front attachment point. Both of those are still patented. Hasbro still holds those, and it's interesting that they decided to implement them in this form and fashion because explicitly it seems like this is going to be a new hybrid line. In my opinion, they're probably going away from the modulus aesthetic. They're going away from the strictly Elite aesthetic and things that have been like featured in the Hyperfire, and they're going to take it into this Elite 2.0, which is a combination of both. Hasbro had tremendous success with their accessory lines in the original Elite, in the original In-Strike before it, and now it's pretty clear, pretty apparent that what they want to do is turn that into a revival of that, maybe a new stimulus shot of blaster sales in the form of Elite 2.0. It's recognizable, it's iconic, and you can use all of your accessories. Now, who wants to put a stock attachment point on their revolver? Nobody. But I digress. I think that putting a silencer on here could be pretty interesting. They claim in a bunch of the marketing for this that the performance is higher than the original Elite line / Modulus line. However, if the Ultra line is to be believed, Hasbro's going to claim that the performance of everything is better right now. They're just kind of drizzling a little bonus range on everything they're producing in the hopes of staying relevant in a performance-based marketplace where they are quickly losing ground. Now, that said, since we're talking about blatant lies in marketing, let's talk about the European release of the Ultra 2, aka the Ultra 2 Dorado. I didn't want to talk about this one because whereas I feel like the Elite 2.0 Commander is a strong reprint of the Strong Arm internals and kind of sort of system, we've had a 6-shot revolver in Nerf since the days of the Maverick. They're historically very well received, and the ergo on this one is fine. I'm not entirely sure if there's a little rail underneath here for like a flashlight, or if we're just dealing with a handguard and extra bulk for the sake of adding plastic per dollar to this SKU. However, what I do want to discuss with the Ultra 2 Dorado edition is that the Ultra 2 is easily the most compelling blaster, and while you can do some interesting stuff, and I'm currently working with Gavin Fuzzy on doing some actually pretty compelling stuff with the Ultra 2, this is a reprint that can only be described as shameful. It is not even a functional reprint. You slapped a little bit of extra muzzle onto the front of it by replacing one single injection molded part. Then you lied about giving it even more performance for the European market when we all know that there's no way you've done anything to the internals. And then you're just selling it in a different market as a slightly different blaster, calling it the Dorado, which admittedly is a very, very cool name for a product that's theoretically gilded and covered in gold. At least it would be a cool name if you could afford to put gold on both sides. Anyway, guys, that's the Nerf news. That's my hot take on both of these reprinted kind of blaster reduxes, remixes. I don't think that either one are necessarily compelling or worthy of your expendable dollary dues, particularly on our current economic climate, and especially with some far more exciting prospects on the near horizon. Can't wait to tell you more about the exciting stuff that's coming out. We saw some of it at Toy Fair. Some of it's just whispers and echoes at this point, but a lot of cool on the horizon. Unfortunately, neither one of these Hasbro leaks from today fit the bill. Thanks so much for watching. As always, much love, Nerf on Drac out. Woo!